There was a rule change. A change that reshaped money in America, and somehow most people never even noticed. There were no headlines, no breaking news alerts, just a quiet, almost invisible shift in how the game was played. Now, the strange part isn't that the rule changed. Rules change all the time. The strange part is that only the rich seemed to understand what it meant. For a long time, the rules were simple and straightforward. You worked hard, you saved your money, and slowly, very slowly, you built security for yourself and your family. Money was earned first, and only then was it spent. Risk was something to be avoided at all costs. Stability was the ultimate goal. This is what most of us were taught, what our parents were taught, and for a while it worked. Then, almost overnight, the rules changed. Growth suddenly became more important than safety. Debt became more valuable than savings. Speed replaced patience. The system stopped rewarding the people who waited and saved, and started rewarding the people who moved fast and borrowed big. The wealthy saw this shift immediately. They realized that money was no longer about holding onto cash in a bank account. It was about controlling assets, things that generate more money. They learned that debt, when you use it correctly, could actually multiply your power instead of destroying it. While everyone else was terrified of borrowing, the rich were learning how to use it as a tool. You see, most people were taught one version of the rules. Work hard, save money, avoid debt. But the wealthy were playing an entirely different game with the same rulebook. They borrowed money at low interest rates, bought assets like real estate and businesses, and then they let inflation quietly reduce the real weight of what they owed. It was the same set of rules on paper, but the outcomes in real life were completely different. This is where the financial gap really started to widen. Real estate prices went up. Businesses grew. Investments climbed higher and higher. But wages didn't. Those who owned the assets got richer just by waiting. Those who relied only on their income from a job had to work harder and harder just to stay in the same place. The system quietly began to reward ownership over effort. It rewarded leverage over labor. It rewarded financial knowledge over simple obedience to the old rules. But no one explained this clearly. Schools certainly didn't teach it. Your job didn't mention it. People were left trying to win an old game in a brand new world. Debt became the great dividing line. For most people, debt meant stress, sleepless nights, and constant worry. For the wealthy, it meant leverage, opportunity, and growth. The difference wasn't intelligence. It was simply understanding that the rules had changed. This shift also changed behavior. The rich started to focus on cash flow from their assets, not just paychecks from their jobs. They focused on long-term control of those assets, not short-term comfort. They looked for things that produce income, not things that lose value the moment you buy them. While many people were chasing a 3% raise at work, the wealthy were chasing ownership. And that rule change, it's still active today. The system continues to reward those who understand how it works. Inflation, rising asset prices, easy money policies, all of these favor the people who have positioned themselves correctly. Everyone else feels like they're running uphill on a treadmill that's speeding up. The truth is uncomfortable, but it's also simple. The rules didn't necessarily become unfair, they just became different. And the cost of not understanding these new rules is a price that's paid every single day. So the question now isn't whether the rule change happened, it already did. The real question is this: will you keep playing the old game, or will you finally take the time to learn the new one, the one the rich have been playing all along? Thanks for watching. If this opened your eyes, make sure to subscribe to learn more.